When love turns to obsession and jealousy fuels the fire, there are no limits to what a person might do. This is the tale of a husband watching his wife openly indulge in infidelities, yet he refuses to let her go. But as his desperation grows, so does his willingness to do whatever it takes to keep her close, no matter the cost.
Hey folks, Maya here. Heads up, there are spoilers ahead, so grab your snacks and let's dive into today's story.
The movie starts with a man named Vic coming home after a bike ride in the woods. As he gets home, he starts taking off his pants and notices that Melinda, his wife, is looking at him. Melinda, however, doesn't say anything to her husband and goes upstairs right away. It is a family of three: Vic, Melinda, and their young daughter named Trixie, and they live in a town known as Louisiana. In the next scene, we see that Melinda is getting ready to go to a party, and Vic is helping her out as he gives her a hand with her shoes. Melinda then says to her husband that she loves him. The couple then goes to a party. It looks like a formal party. They meet some friends, and the group converses about different things. As all of this is going on, Melinda's friend Joel enters the room, and she runs off to greet him peculiarly. She then takes him out, and the two start making out. Vic stands there, watching them through a window as his wife makes out with her lover. His wife, despite seeing that her husband is watching, does not stop kissing her lover. This is when one of Vic's friends comes to him, and she tells him out of concern that Vic might not be getting reciprocated for the love he gives to Melinda. Vic, however, says that he does not really care about it. After a while, we see that Melinda is now drunk, and she starts dancing wildly on top of a patio. After that, she plays the piano and starts singing. As she sings, it brings a smile to Vic's face despite the fact that Melinda is cheating on him without a "how do you do?" It seems like he does not really care about it. After a while, Joel comes to Vic and expresses his gratitude to Vic for letting him see Melinda. The conversation then turns to a little darker side as Vic asks Joel if he's heard of a man named Martin McRae disappearing. He adds that the aforementioned man also used to be Melinda's lover. To Joel's surprise, Vic goes on to reveal that he was the one who actually killed Martin with a hammer. Joel says to Vic that he must be kidding, but Vic tells him that he is being serious and that this is no joke. After that, as the couple leaves the party, Melinda asks Vic if he said anything of note to Joel, but Vic denies saying anything to him. When they get home, we see Vic helping out Melinda take off her dress. She goes on to tell him that she really likes Joel because he appreciated her for who she is. We then get to know that their marriage is standing on one arrangement. Melinda is allowed to have as many lovers as she likes because their relationship is dry and there is no love between them anymore. Vic has made it clear that he does not have a problem with her dating anyone she likes as long as they are one family and she does not leave him and their daughter, Trixie. Vic has agreed to this precarious arrangement because he does not want to go through the messiness of divorce. The next day, Vic goes to drop off his daughter, Trixie, at her school when he runs into one of his friends. As Vic goes to say hello to her, she right away asks him if what he said to Joel last night at the party was true. This time he says that he was just joking around and there is no such thing. Vic might be joking, we don't know that yet, but this joke of his starts to spread around the neighborhood like wildfire. Wherever Vic goes, everyone in his circle starts asking him if he actually did what he said to Joel the other night. However, Vic tells everyone that it was just a joke and nothing more than that. Melinda gets to know about what Vic said to her lover, and she is pissed off at him. She goes to confront him for threatening her lover. Vic tells her that he is sorry and promises her that nothing of the sort will ever happen again. However, Melinda says that his apology is not enough. She wants him to apologize to Joel as well. She says that she has invited him over for dinner, and she wants Vic to apologize to him. Joel comes to their house, and he still seems a little frightened by Vic while they are having dinner. Joel tells them that he is planning to move over the weekend. After that, Melinda says that she wants to spend some time with Joel alone, so she wants Vic to put Trixie to bed. Later on, Vic yet again goes to Joel while Melinda is in the bathroom. He again tells him that he was not joking and that he actually did kill Martin. Vic calls a cab and asks Joel to leave right away. Vic now openly threatens Joel as he tells him that if he doesn't leave right now, he will meet the same fate. One day, Vic and Melinda go to a party, and there they meet a couple, Don and Kelly. Vic dances with Kelly at the party as Melinda looks on. When they are driving back home at night, Melinda, who seems a little disturbed, asks Vic if he found Kelly Wilson attractive. Vic's answer is yes, and Melinda starts to feel jealous of Kelly as she thinks that Kelly is more attractive than her. When the couple gets home, they have a passionate session of lovemaking. In the next scene, we see that Vic is at a soccer game for his daughter, Trixie. He gets a call from his bank, and they tell him about a payment made by Melinda to a piano teacher named Charlie Dalal. He gets suspicious and goes on to track Charlie, where he is performing at a live show. There he finds out that Melinda is seeing Charlie without his knowledge. He returns home and finds out from a news channel on his TV that Martin's body has been found in the woods. It is reported that Martin was shot dead. When Melinda gets home, Vic tells her that Martin has been shot dead and his body was found in the woods. She gets really upset by the news and goes directly to her room. As time goes by, Melinda and Charlie start to spend more time together, and the two start getting closer to each other. It, however, does not sit well with Vic. He is aware of everything, and his patience is being tested. One morning, Melinda comes home after she spent the night with Charlie. Vic, who is furious at her, goes on to confront her and tells her to stop seeing Charlie. Melinda says that she is going to do nothing of the sort as Charlie makes her feel loved, something she cannot get from Vic. Vic tells her that he does love her, but she makes it abundantly clear that this is not the kind of love she wants. The couple then goes to a pool party along with their friends, and Charlie is also at the party. At the party, Melinda introduces Charlie to Vic as her piano teacher. Vic plays along and pretends that he's not aware of the relationship. Later at night, Vic is looking around for Melinda, who's not been home for hours. He goes to the pool and finds her in the pool, seemingly having a good time with Charlie. Their closeness starts to get to Vic, and he starts feeling increasingly jealous of Charlie. Then it starts to rain, and everyone runs into the house except for Vic and Charlie. After a while, Vic finally comes inside, with a strange sense of guilt evident in the way he carries himself. Melinda, on the other hand, is looking for Charlie. She glances out of the window and starts screaming as she sees Charlie floating in the pool. Everyone rushes outside, and the men pull Charlie out of the water, desperately trying to resuscitate him. During the chaos, Don accidentally drops Charlie's body, causing his head to bump against the edge of the pool. Tragically, Charlie is pronounced dead. The police arrive, and detectives begin questioning everyone present at the party. Since Vic had openly expressed his dislike for Charlie, Melinda immediately accuses Vic of drowning him. However, Vic denies any involvement and is questioned separately about his wife's accusation. He explains to the detectives that Charlie was simply too drunk and clung to the deep end of the pool. Satisfied with his explanation, the detectives let him go, but Melinda remains convinced that Vic killed Charlie. Vic, feeling cornered, asks Melinda if she's afraid of him now that she believes he's a killer. She coldly responds that she's not afraid, as she represents the very thing for which he would kill. Their relationship grows increasingly tense, with Melinda continuing to push Vic's buttons. One day, while Vic is out on his bike, he notices a car following him. Later, Kelly informs Vic that Dawn suspects him of Charlie's murder. Meanwhile, Melinda and Dawn start spending more time together, both convinced of Vic's guilt. Vic tells Kelly not to worry and invites her and Dawn over for dinner. During the evening, when Vic is alone with Dawn, he bluntly tells him to stop spreading rumors that he killed Charlie. Dawn challenges Vic to prove his innocence by taking a lie detector test, and Vic reluctantly agrees. As Vic is walking on the roadside, he notices the same car that's been following him. Inside, he spots a camera, confirming that he's under constant surveillance. His suspicions are confirmed when he sees Melinda at a cafe with the investigator, a man she introduces as a psychotherapist named David. It's immediately clear to Vic that Melinda and Dawn have hired a private investigator. Furious, he confronts Dawn at his house, showing him a bank statement indicating that Melinda transferred money to Dawn for hiring David. Shortly after, Vic realizes that Melinda has started seeing another man, Tony Cameron, her college boyfriend. Jealous and frustrated, Vic tries to talk to Melinda, but she coldly brushes him off. Soon after, Melinda invites Tony over for dinner. Vic pretends to be friendly with Tony, but underneath, he's boiling with anger, especially when he sees Tony openly flirting with Melinda. The following day, Vic approaches Tony, telling him that Melinda wants to show him around a building site she's been working on. Tony agrees to join Vic, and they drive to a secluded area in the woods where there's no cell signal. Once they're far enough away, Vic stops the car, steps out, and suddenly throws a rock at Tony's head. Tony stumbles down a hill, hitting his head on a rock, and dies instantly. Calmly, Vic drags Tony's body to a nearby stream, ties it down with rocks, and submerges it underwater. Later, Vic takes his family on a picnic in the woods. During the outing, Melinda asks him why he's the only man who seems to want to stay with her. Vic, showing his softer side, replies that he loves her for who she is and will never leave her. The two share a tender hug and seem to accept each other's flaws, rekindling a sense of closeness. However, Trixie wanders off to a nearby stream, where Vic had submerged Tony's body. Vic quickly pulls her away, but he's horrified to see that Tony's body has started to float to the surface. On the way home, Melinda mentions that she left her scarf behind, and Vic promises to retrieve it the next day. That night, Melinda asks Vic to sleep in her room. As they lie together, Melinda expresses her love for him, and they share an intense, passionate night. The next morning, Vic rides out to the woods on his bike to ensure Tony's body remains hidden, while Melinda discovers Tony's wallet and Vic's belongings. Horrified, she realizes that Vic has killed every man she's been involved with. In a panic, Melinda packs her bags, preparing to leave Vic once and for all. However, Trixie, sensing her mother's intentions, throws Melinda's suitcase into the pool, telling her that they are not leaving. Meanwhile, Vic works frantically to weigh down Tony's body further in the stream to ensure it doesn't surface. As Vic heads back to his bike, he sees Dawn driving down the road and realizes Dawn spotted Tony's arm sticking out of the water. Dawn, shocked and terrified, speeds off in his car. Vic chases him on his bike, taking a shortcut to catch up. Just as Vic is about to intercept him, he falls off his bike, landing directly in Dawn's path. Dawn swerves to avoid him, but loses control and drives off a cliff, dying instantly as his car crashes. Vic, now confident that Dawn is out of the picture, returns home. He finds Melinda sitting on the stairs, silently watching him. In a haunting parallel to the film's opening scene, she tells him that she knows he killed Tony, but won't say anything. In a final gesture of acceptance, she burns Tony's ID, signaling her decision to stay with Vic, despite everything that's happened. This is where the movie ends. So that's it. If you enjoyed this movie, share your thoughts in the comments section below. And don't forget to check out the recommended movie on your screen right now. Watch it and join Mahi's Movie Recaps.